Hello and welcome. These are horse racing selections for Saturday, the 21st of June, Royal Ascot Day 5. I am Flatcap Callum and I'm hoping you are all very, very well. I'll be honest, it's really hot in here and I'm not wearing a hat inside. So maybe the hat brought us bad luck, I don't know. But I'm not wearing a hat on today's video. I mean, traditionally this was Ascot Heath. It wasn't Ascot Royal Ascot, and then they changed it so it was a full 5 days. But it was the working class day traditionally. Just having a horror show, aren't I? I'm sorry. It's absolutely crap. I mean, there's a guy in the comments who seems to think I'm enjoying this and I'm getting something from it because I'm raking in loads of money. If you understood how YouTube works, no. I could tell you a million times. I don't do this for the money from YouTube. And I don't charge for anything, right? So, yeah, if I was an absolute hawk, clearly I'd set up my own paid service and then I'd charge money for tips and stuff like that. You know, people would say, well, who would pay for yours? I don't know anyway. It doesn't really matter because I'm not doing it. It's all free. You've got free will. So, good news is, I'm going to go on a 3-day break after today's video, so no one can be forced to carry on following what I'm doing. Bad news is I am playing on Saturday, albeit small, £11 across 2 bets. I've only got one horse at Royal Ascot. I was almost not going to, and then I went back through it and I was like, no, that I have got one that scrapes in as a star. So the play for Saturday is an each way patent across 3 different meetings. It's Limerick, Ayr and Ascot. And then we've got 2 reverse forecasts together in a win double combination bet at Redcar and Haydock. So almost like we did on Friday where we started with a 323 at Redcar, we'll be starting at 321 at Redcar. Before I do that, let's do the review. You know the gig. It won't take long this week, will it? We started off nicely. I read the race really well, to be fair. At least I got something right this week. The sad thing was that the favourite was just a bit too good for them, but they both shortened up. Cruyff Turn went from the front. Rhythm Master was to be fair, Rhythm Master was closer up than I thought it was going to be. The favourite was sat off Cruyff Turn. And unfortunately, it got past, and the other 2 came second and third. So we got a couple of quid back for Cruyff Turn coming second, and then that were it. Interestingly, these races around the bend at Ascot, it definitely seemed to favour the pace held up a lot better than it has been. So yeah, hanging out the back was not a good place to be. So done for on those 2, and then Mythical Guest, something went a little bit wrong there because that field was well strung out and that horse was well down. So a couple of quid back. And then the bonus bet was garbage. There's nothing else to say about that. So that's it. So from a profit and loss point of view, where we're at, because it's important to make sure we know where we're at. I think we're down 67. If we get no joy on Saturday, it will be the worst week outside of Cheltenham in the last 3 years on the channel. We had 3 worse weeks in 2022. But if you look at all of 23, we played all the year, and half of 2024, and so far this year, if we get no joy, it would be the worst week outside of Cheltenham. So miraculously, I've managed to, pending one horse, I've managed to have a whitewash at Cheltenham and a whitewash at Ascot in the same season. If you just literally looked at channel stats and you took away all the Cheltenham Festival horses and all the Royal Ascot horses, I'd be in a small profit. And then people would be chucking pelters saying that all that effort and you've broken even, whereas now they can say all that effort and you're minus £130, because that's where the channel is at the moment, right? Now the key difference here is that is where we're at, right? There's no sort of suggestion of what it could be or what it was or whatever. It's all in the description, and I like to be super transparent with these things. Most channels are not. There's a few out there that keep good stats, but most are not. So you can say all the things in the world, right? The reality is this year I'm minus £130. That's where I'm at. Okay, let's go for the bets, guys. Okay, 321 Redcar, Zarzini and Mukher. Not the reason I've picked them, but they were in this race last year and came first and second. So that's more coincidence than anything else. But I have them on a similar kind of handicap mark. So my view is they would finish quite similarly, and let's see if anything in the race is better than them. But yeah, Zarzini and Mukher are in. And then the 640 Haydock, we've got Grace Angel and Secret Mistral. So the play is 4 times 50p win double. So you need the prices for this bit. If you're doing forecast, and I think we've learnt this before, if you're doing 365, you might want to wait for the morning so you get bog on the forecast, because otherwise you're locked into whatever prices. I'm not sure what will go on with these prices. I think, it's not like, my standard star picks where, by the way, these aren't starred horses. Sometimes, as an example, on Friday, both those horses were starred. These are not starred. But that's why they were in another type of bet. So, the prices they might move about a little bit on these. I'm not 100% sure. But we've got 2 different 50p reverse forecasts, one at Redcar, one at Haydock. So £2 for that, £2 for that. No singles and not each way. So we're win doubles. So we're looking for, can we get the winner of both races, or can we get first and second in either race? £4. That is bet 1. There is no bookie advice because it's a win double, and it's reverse forecasts. So that's bet 1. Bet 2, the 3 horses that are starred for the day. Note the not intentional irony of the name of the last horse. So 327 Limerick, Dynamite. I'm literally just doubling down, aren't I? 11-year-old, hooray! 11-year-old in a flat race. Dynamite with a £10 claimer who's not really done anything of note yet. So what do I think? It's real bottom basement stuff at Limerick. But I think conditions, whether or not the track is going to be too fast, that would be my little niggle. But the horse has run reasonable on good ground. Yes, it's aging, but it's shown last time out. It wasn't a million miles away at Gorham Park, I think it was. I like the fact that the horse is drawn in the widest stall over a mile. Now, it's not so much about draw bias because it depends. If you were drawn in 1 and you were a front runner, that'd probably be pretty good at Limerick over a mile. But this horse is a drop out the back type of gig, and then come around the straight, swing round and try and make up some places. So we're going to see if we can get Dynamite in the top 5 despite its ageing profile. It would not surprise me if the price got much bigger. And if it did get much bigger, I wouldn't take that as any indication other than something else is fancied in the race, not that there's something funny with this horse. I think it's worth chancing on my ratings. That's in. 5 o'clock Ascot, Wokingham, the only Ascot horse of the day. I was between a couple, and in the end, when I went back through it all, the Dream does come out just with a star. Just. It's got some. Last year it ran in what do you call it? The Queen's Jubilee or Diamond Jubilee, something like that. The 6 furlong Group 1 that takes place on Saturday. It ran in that race last year after having already run in whatever the King's Stand equivalent. And in that first race, it flopped, and in this one, it actually stayed on a little bit and managed to get 5th place. That was a Group 1. And now we're running off a marker 99 in a handicap. And yes, this season it hasn't done much, but if you look at the profile of the horse, plenty of times it's run poor races and then bounced back. So I think it's worth chancing. As for the draw, blinking knows, right? We went through all the draw from Thursday. Friday, I think someone pointed out to me, 3 horses won from stall 1, including over the 2 6 furlong races. This is a 6 furlong race, and this horse is drawn in stall 2. Whether that's the right side or not, I don't know. I've ignored the draw and I've just gone with the form, and that's what I've come out with based on the fact it's a 40-1 shot. So let's see. Kieran Schumacher did get one out in stall 1 in 6 furlong on Friday. Let's see if he can do it from stall 2 on Saturday. That's in, and then 8 minutes past Oh, I looked at this. I was like, I can't believe this. I'm actually going to put a horse called Dwindling Funds up as the last leg, aren't I? Yes, I am. This one's, these are like age in profile. This one is on paper an absolute zebra that's done nothing, and the best race it had, it was like fourth in a maiden. But if you look at that race, the winner's gone on to do much, much better things. Now, I think this horse will perform to a level at some point where it will be competitive in races. Whether or not Jim Goldie thinks it is on this race, Amy Waugh's back on it. It was Paul Moran last time when it absolutely ran no race at Hamilton. Back at Ayr, which is where it's run better. Amy Waugh's back on it, and looking at the breeding of the horse, the fact that it's not faster ground at Ayr forecast, it might go faster ground, where it's actually got soft in the description. I'd imagine it's probably going to get faster and end up being good, but we'll see. If it was soft in description, as in a good to soft in places or whatever, I wouldn't worry about it. It's got something in it, and I look at the rest of the horses and I don't see anything obvious in there. So I think it's an 8 runner race. So as long as it holds 8 runners, that would be preferable. But yeah, it's got previous on one run that says that it's got enough ability to frame in this race, despite the massive price and despite how it ran last time. Now, it might be there's something wrong with it, and that's why it did nothing at Hamilton. But if that was the case, I would like to believe Jim Goldie wouldn't have just pinged it out again a few weeks later. So we will take our chances on Dwindling Funds at 50s. Right, the bet 50p each way pattern. If you've got Sky Bet, you get an extra place there. That is it, because it's 5 most bookies, 6 most bookies, and 3 standard terms on there. Obviously, as we talked about, avoid if you can Hills, Labrooks that are scrimping you on the places in these races, because they'll be paying an extra less place compared to your Paddies, your Betfairs, your 365s, your Boyle Sports, Betways, all them ones. All right, £7. That's that. So then I'm going to take no bets on Sunday, Monday or Tuesday. When I have a 3-day break, I've put in a lot of hours into it. I will be dedicating more time back to my family. Next video is scheduled for Tuesday evening for Wednesday racing. That is what I'm leaving, unless miraculously I find some sort of worldie or something I think is great the next 3 days. I'm not expecting to, given the profile of the meetings. So no bets from me for Sunday, Monday or Tuesday. Next video after this is Tuesday evening, as long as there's some stuff on Wednesday. All right, that is me. Last thing for me is I'm sorry it's gone so shite this week. Let's see if we can get anything back on Saturday. I mean, if you're using Sky Bet this week, it wasn't as bad, but still bad. When it's these big high profile meetings, you never want to lose, and you never want to lose badly, and that is where it's happened. I think I worked it out. 16. Well, the dream will be the 17th starred horse of Royal Ascot this week, and I think I've managed to get 1 place at 33 to 1. That is it. I think if you were Sky, you might have got 3 places, but that's just, there's no way of dressing those stats up. That's a poor week. So if the dream wins, all will be forgotten. We'll be delighted, won't we? But well, let's see. Okay, that's me. See you Tuesday night if you're still here. If you're not, I'll completely understand. Thank you very much. Bye bye.